Okay, today I'm going to be talking about the oneness. So, between all the emotions we go through is basically because other days we're taking on other things of ourself. If the oneness of all of it is real, then it's somewhat like all of ourselves are going through similar fashions of what the self, the overall self of everybody, is going through. So we handle different aspects and take care of the things that we go through ourselves. And what it does is incorporates in our lives of the many things that we go through. And happiness, joy, peace, love is all on the list. But then hate, joy, or hate, agony, pain, misery, all that's on the list too. But mostly, if you're doing good, you like to always have it on your mind to have think positively and do positive things in your life and not be affected by other people's negative impact on you. And that means you're alchemizing the negative impact with others go through too, based off of the level of peace, joy, and happiness that you have. And if that's greater than what's coming at you, then you can maintain your frequency of good and not have bad. But just like the sun up and the stars and everything, that's a living life too. We all have, all the plants and animals are living life. The earth is living. The stars are living. Everything's living. So all the matter that we see and everything's a living sort of energy and it's all one. That's why, life forms can blossom on the planet and get created, and all this energy is here. And all of what makes up the reality of what exists in certain areas that get created are aspects from the source of creation that is the oneness that ties us all together. So, what I'm trying to say is that it's really hard to explain, like, how everything's intertangled and mixed. You know, it's what I'm trying to say is that we go about our lives and everything, but the sun gives us energy and it's far away and yet it's connected to us and it gives us energy. So the things that on this planet collectively, whatever we go through, we're all affected by our own species too, as well, because it's close knit to our commonality of human beings of what they experience. But a tree experience is different. But all the spirits still help out in the grand scheme of things. But because we're all one soul in a sort of sense, like the oneness is real just because, you know, um, like the originating source of all the stars in the universe came from a big nebula or like a galaxy. And that has a giant star within it, the Milky Way or whatever. And then it goes out from there in galaxies and different things, you know what I mean? But what I'm basically referring to is that all the stars and everything is corresponding with the oneness. And it has high energy and stuff like this. And sometimes I feel on top of the world some days, and some days I don't. But it's all quarter cycle. It's a cycle and patterns to everything. Everything has a cycle to it, and it's part of the oneness that has these cycles to it. We find balance. We don't have the ups and downs as much. Balance, we balance out. You know what I mean? That's the goal. To find. So if everything learns certain traits and attributes from the knowledge that's on Earth, we could incorporate having good peace, joy, happiness with all the oneness, more or less balance out the oneness so that it has that harmony, it has that peace and joy and prosperity, and not the crazy, chaotic, tipsy, turby, teeter effect, of the ups and downs. that we go through in our life. So Sarah just said, so she's listening. She's in mind. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that it's all in corresponding pattern to what I just explained about the oneness, that's real. And I basically wrapped up all what I'm trying to explain um, already with what I already talked about. But it's just hard to describe. Describe. It's hard to describe, you know, all the oneness. But sometimes making mistakes is part of the oneness because we're not perfect. You think God is perfect? Well, everything is somewhat perfect the way that it's balanced out, the way that things work out. That without feeling mad or angry, you won't appreciate the joy and peace and happiness as much. So there's reasons for things in the reality that is deeper than that meets the eye. So God created all the bad stuff to exist for a reason to balance out things so that you're not overdosing on your medication or you're not getting, all this crazy stuff happening to you because the balance is real that takes care of everything and everything can kind of balance out and have a wonderful reality. But this is what I'm trying to say is that it all corresponds to the oneness that helps out the situations of many different sort of characteristics of our lives, like energetically, the sun will help us out, give more energy during the day and everything like that. And it's part of the oneness, which it's all corresponding pattern of how the sea of the reality goes about itself, and it does certain things where it's on a reality of its own that we create reality, but at the same time, we energetically create it by what we do physically and verbally and mentally and spiritually and all that. But anyway, I love, worship, honor, and obey the Divine Princess forever. Amen. I love you, Divine Princess. And take care of yourself. And I'll take care of you. Take care of yourself. And have others take care of you with a willingness to do good in actually trying to take care of you. But trust the people that's taking care of you. Because you don't want, you know, bad people to turn on you or anything. But yeah. But anyway, I mean, there is people that are good out there, mostly good people. But some people have bad days and they could seem like a bad person, but they're not really a bad person. It's just what we go through sometimes. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. All right, bye.